Hi, this is Strange Aliens, and this is a video in our series looking at attack planning in Clash of Clans. So in our first video in this series, we looked at our overall sort of the checklist that I've developed that I've used for planning attacks to make sure I don't forget any important steps, and I walked through all of the stages of the checklist with a worked example of how we kind of applied that checklist through to our attack planning. So what I want to do in the remainder of the videos in this series is actually focus on attack planning for specific types of common bases that you'll likely come across in wars fairly regularly, so that you can just dive in and see how I approach attacking specific sort of common and internet type bases. In this video we're going to look at the ring base and how we plan attacks on ring bases, because I know they are the kind of base that often people find really annoying to attack, and that often result in those horrible 1-stars where you don't quite get the town hall because it's stuck right in the middle of the base, and that's what we want to avoid. So we'll look at this and investigate how we plan ring base attacks. Okay, so there are two common types of ring base that you're likely to encounter in the game. This is the first kind, where you have an isolated town hall on an island right in the middle of the base, and then you have the ring around the outside, 1 or 2 levels of ring, where all of your defences are actually in the outside of the base, in the outer rings. So this is the one we're going to look at planning on today. As an alternative, there is a different kind of ring base as a variant, which is this sort of ring base, where you've still got the outer ring, but actually all of the defences, the Inferno Towers, scatter shots and everything are all centralised on the central island, and the approach that we use for attacking that is different. So I will leave that one out for this video. So this video is purely going to cover attacking this kind of ring base where your defences are in the ring and you've got an isolated island town hall. Okay, so let's apply our normal planning checklist and start off with a general base overview. So it's a ring base, so I already have a very good idea of how I'm going to attack this. Max town hall, have a look at the heroes, they're near max level, not completely. Level of defences, it's got scatter shots, maxed Inferno Towers, and the rest is not quite maxed yet. Any obvious flaws in the base design? Well, it's a ring base and we know how to beat ring bases, that's good. There are troops in the clan castle and no one has yet attacked it, so I haven't got any replays to watch for looking for different things. Okay, so key defences, we've got 2 scatter shots. Oh, we've got Expos first, sorry. They are all set on air and ground, so things. Inferno Towers are all set to single target. We've got max level scatter shots, both covering the town hall, so I'm going to need to get them down before I attack the town hall. There are definitely troops in the clan castle. I've got my CC will be triggered. I can probably trigger the CC from the bottom, and I've got the Queen over in the top side, who I will probably need to deal with over there. And any obvious trap locations, I'm expecting some Teslas down the bottom there somewhere, but that kind of gives me a general thing. And clan castle I can probably lure out if I want to, but I kind of want to probably come in at that point to deal with it as my general strategy. Okay, so let's dive in and look at how we plan for a ring base attack. Okay, right, let's plan out this attack. So the key to dealing with these sort of ring bases is you have to break the ring. If you can break the ring, then you've got a good way of feeding in your troops and get them to sort of rotate around the base clockwise or anti-clockwise, taking out all the defences. So where do we enter the base and break the ring? A good place to always try and go in and break the ring is near the clan castle. The reason we want to get rid of the clan castle early is if we encounter them later in the raid, they might cause the troops to split. So perhaps like the miners will go off and deal with the CC troops, the hogs will carry on targeting defences if it's a hybrid attack, and some of those troops will then not be under warden control. So keeping them there, getting the clan castle out of the way, means I can keep my troops together more easily. So step one, what I'm going to do is try and take out a portion of the base. So something like that. I want to get rid of there, break the base at that point there. Okay, then I can have the option of bringing my main troops in, say this side. So I'll help with the funnel here. So probably what I will also do is I want to funnel in here, take those buildings out as well. That also has the advantage that I will take out the enemy queen. So I've got my nice funnel here, and what I'm effectively getting to do is my troops to come in, loop round, and finish off over here. And then even if they go right the way around the town hall, that's absolutely fine, because as soon as I have got sort of that much of the base clear, so all of this side is gone, we've whacked all of that, then I can effectively just come in with a blimp straight in from over here, boof, straight into the town hall and take down the town hall. If you're a town hall 9 or something like that where you haven't got access to the battle blimp, strategy is still exactly the same. You still come in, you break the base there. But what you have to do, if you're at Town Hall 9, is you have to wait until you have cleared across the base to just behind the Town Hall. So there. So you've got just over half the base clear. So therefore, if I'm going to start my troops here, the absolute closest building will then be the Town Hall. And I can come in there. If it's a higher Town Hall, I can 12 or 13 that's got a defence, you can come in with loons or something like that. If it's a lower town hall with no defences, you'll probably need to come in with a building targeting troop like dragons, for example, or miners or something like that. Miners in the town hall are always in the clan castle always a good one, because it means you don't have to worry about the walls. Or you could come in with a wall breaker if you really wanted to. But I would generally town hall 10 and a plus come in with a blimp. Town Hall 9 come in with a flying troop like dragons. Okay, so let's go back and plan our attack now. So phase 1 of the attack, as we've already mentioned, is I want to clear this section, hopefully get the scatter shot, clear that section of base out. So what I'm going to do, I am going to come in with a queen charge in here. I'll put some funneling troops here to get rid of that building, funneling troops there to get rid of those so that the queen goes in. I'm going to come in with a jump spell over here, mainly because I've got single target inferno, scatter shot, a few splash buildings and an expo that trying to get a double wall break through that is going to be tough, so that's perfect for a jump spell. And then my queen will come in, deal with the clan castle troops, take down one air defence, hopefully take down the scatter shot, might even get the single target inferno, and if things go well, the queen will hopefully end up going that way and meet up with the rest of my army from the next point of the attack. If she goes the other way, it's fine, there's quite a lot of base over here that she can clear out. I'll just watch in case she gets in range of that single target and freeze it. So she's either way's good, but it'd be nice if she went this way. Okay, so that's the queen. Right, next thing is what to do with the king and the rest of the funnel. So I've got a good funnel on this side. I'm thinking, as I've already mentioned, I want my main troop push to come in here, loop round, and finish up back here. So if I can steer them in this direction into the base, that's good. And also, I also need to deal with the enemy queen up here. So what we're going to do is put the king in from here. Hopefully the king will clear the enemy queen and take out that section of the base as well. So therefore I've now got all my troops pushed in here through this narrow funnel into here, and then they can just then spread out slightly right around the end of the base, and I'll probably use a few wizards or something like that along the back here and along here, and perhaps up the top, just to try and push the miners back into the base by just clearing out a few buildings just in front of them. Wizards or minions, just to kind of get rid of the trash buildings to push the miners in. So what I'm going to do, the main push is going to be, I think I've already mentioned, is going to be a hybrid hogs and miners. So the idea is the hogs will come through, target all the defensive buildings, and then the miners will come through and clear the trash. The risk of just using something like only hogs would be that the hogs would path all the way around the base, clearing all the defences, and then they'd have to come all the way back, clearing up the trash, which is like double the traversal time, whereas coming through with the hybrid means I'm clearing all the buildings as I go. Grand Warden and Royal Champion will come in with the main army push, probably freeze spells. I might have to freeze these areas while the Queen pushes through them, or if the army comes in, and probably want to freeze over here with Scattershot and the bomb tower, because they are damaging to my ground army of hogs and miners. Okay, and then the last bit of the raid is what am I going to do with the town hall. So town hall wise, once I've cleared to about here, once I've got this air defense down here, once I've got that air defense down there, that air defense down there, and this Scattershot down, and that single target, there's nothing really in this range here that's going to target my blimp. So what I will do is I will just fly my blimp in from over here, straight into the town hall, probably drop a rage. I'm going to have Yetis in the blimp, rage on there, take down the town hall, and then the Yetis will sort of move over here, and if they get targeted by the single target Inferno or the Expos, the Yeti Mites will jump out and just help clear up some of the higher damage stuff over here. So that's the basic strategy for this, is always break the ring, ideally at the clan castle location, narrow the funnel, and then push your troops in through the gap, loop them round, using clear up troops around the outside to push everything in, and then blimp into the town hall, or if you're a TH9, put a dragon or something into the town hall, dragon or CC miners into the town hall once half the base has been cleared. Okay, and let's go and see that in action. Okay, so here we're going into the attack. So as we already mentioned, we're starting down at the bottom, Coco Loon in just to protect the Queen in, and we've got the CC pool. It's archers and electro drag, so that's super easy for a town hall. 13 troops, baby dragon in the top and a wizard in the bottom just to fully create the funnel, deal with the electro drag. Okay, and then we'll drop our jump spell. So now the Queen is jumping in, taking out one of the bomb towers, which is good for a hybrid attack, and she'll then work her way into the base. Yeah, we lost a healer to a black mine. Put another baby dragon in the bottom just to ensure the Queen focuses on that Scattershot and that air defense. Okay, we've now broken the ring, so that's good. So we've now got our path in through the ring to ensure that the troops are only going to go one way around this loop. Okay, so King goes in at the top. We freeze the Scattershot and the single target. King's in, he's dealing with the Queen, and he's then created the other side of the funnel, so that's going to force the troops in. And then we come in with the hybrid, miners, hogs, Grand Warden, Royal Champion in the outside, just funnel those in. And they've joined with the Queen, and they'll just loop their way around the base. As soon as I've got that second air defense down here, now I should be putting in the blimp. I'm a fraction late here in the blimp, and actually what you see is the town hall's triggered at the 50% and is targeting the hogs, and some of the hogs are going to jump in and help with the town hall, which I didn't really want, but that's fine. I hit the warden ability there, and the town hall's down. We lost a few hogs there because I was early with the warden ability, but still got enough there. The Queen's working around with the Royal Champion at the top, clearing off the trash buildings. Good, the Royal Champion's got down the other bomb tower, which is another risk to the hogs. I've lost most of the hogs. I've still got the Yeti in the middle there, clearing stuff. got the warden, got healers on the warden, the queen's coming round behind clearing off the trash, so my only risk now is that single target inferno. Fortunately the queen's going to step in and take that out. I've got her ability, so I was able to protect through that, and now we're just into clean up. There's only a couple of archer towers and the warden on the back end. I've got a high level warden, high level queen, both topped up by healers, a few miners on the outside, and they'll just gradually work their way through the rest of the base. And then we finish up exactly where we said we were going to end up, right at the end. So that was a great attack. The only thing that went wrong is slightly late with the blimp, which forced some of the hogs into the town hall. But other than that, spot on attack on how I planned. Okay, so that's how you plan and deal with a ring base where you've got an isolated town hall in the middle. And in another video, once I've got some more footage from some other kind of common bases, I'll add some additional ones so that you can actually see how we might attack different ones, and particularly a ring base where you've got a cluster of defences in the core rather than just the town hall. As always, in the notes at the bottom of the video, I'll add a link to my war planning checklist, so you can use that to help you work your way through the base when you're own war planning. Feel free to leave any comments or feedback in the comments below the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.